I have not hit start yet, but
3, 2, 1, go. Then I'm gonna scream. Then I'm gonna hit play. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. We are live.
Wait, go back. I'm sorry. Well, because I hit record, but when you hit record, there's a second thing.
Well, now that I like that though.
So, yeah. Actually, no. Never mind. That didn't. Okay, never mind. Listen, do the same thing.
I'm gonna start playing the song and then
go 3, 2, 1 live, then hit the song. Do exactly what you did before. I made a mistake.
This time I'm gonna do 3, 2, 1.
No, do exactly what you did before. I made the mistake last time.
3, 2, 1, go. We are live from the sold out apartment in Seattle. Yeah, see, now it's too much sound. Anyways.
You think that's too much sound?
I think that's too much on the intro.
Alright, I mean...
I feel like it was very, abrupt ending. I don't know. Whatever. Is this seat taken?
Oh, no, please join us.
Thanks.
Please join us for the Ponchcast. Your podcast.
Well, that will make me segue into my introduction. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ponchcast. I am your host, Greg Klesiak, and I'm here with my guest today, Mr. Ponchcast. Ponch, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, so I'm here to do stand-up about how my penis is tiny. I don't smell good. And that's me, Ponch Campos. You can look me up about my penis.
No, your name is Ponchcast.
Oh, sorry. The Ponchcast.
That's why it's called the Ponchcast. I'm actually going to legally change my name to the Ponchcast. Like, The's going to be my first name, Ponch is going to be my middle name, and Cast is going to be my
so that actually just name. Make you sound like a Game of Thrones character.
Recording will not include audio. Why is that?
What? Oh, let's I would like to join audio.
Join with
test
computer
speaker and audio.
Do you hear a ringtone? Yes. Speaker and microphone looks good.
This thing is, last time I played this back, it had it perfectly.
You got that sparking
so we got that.
What are we smoking here?
That being said, whatever happens, I've also got the record. Everything's good. Yeah.
That's some plastic thing on here. Dude, I want to show.
Well, so I will say I've never seen this in a blunt before.
This is a blunt rolled in a what kind of leaf?
But no, check this out. When you open the front, when I open the front of it,
there was a cotton ball in there.
Yeah, what the fuck is with the cotton?
I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to get a spoon, melt the weed into the spoon, and then use a cotton ball to sanitize that area with some hand sanitizer. And then what you want to do is directly inject your vape into your veins.
Because that's how I used to smoke weed.
My thing is, there's
the
a little.
told me I had to stop before.
There's a little plastic label on here. Your shit's telling you stuff again. Recording will not include audio. To include audio in the recording, click join audio and show me your penis. Huh. That's weird that you can.
Well, that's funny. So here's the thing. It is odd it's doing that. Again, to say this separately, and I can edit this part out.
But anyway,
I'm recording the audio separately in a different program, so we're getting them both. But hold on, test.
Maybe this could be a podcast about us smoking weed and reviewing it, and then people will send us free weed. So I'm gonna do that now. Shout out to Dose is the name of the grower here. This is an infused pre-roll, as in it was rolled previously. 1 gram sativa. This is about 31% total cannabinoids. THC 29%, CBD 0.05. I don't get the math there. How do you get 29 plus 0.05 equal 31?
There's a lot of ways to get that.
You're missing a figure or two. And this is some Jack Herrera, classic sativa. All right, I'm gonna smoke this shit. This shit's it's a nice looking leaf. It looks like a fucking cactus leaf, like a nopal. I had a nopal taco earlier. Have you ever had those?
What is a nopal taco?
Shout out Tacos Chukis. Well, there's multiple.
Sorry, it's just, I don't mean to whatever, but it feels like you just did an entire Gabriel Iglesias routine in 2 cents. I just got some Tacos Chukis!
He does the he has that bit about going to taco trucks with all women staff, and he loves those because they're like, oh my god, estás bien querida, qué curiosito. And then where he says when it's all Mexican guys, and it's like, what do you want, fat boy? What do you want? And he's just like,
that. Honestly, that sucks. And I'm saying this sympathetically toward you, my friend. But that sucks because you could have done that because that happens to you in real life. Didn't that pho place that opened down the street every time you
but
go
I'm not
say,
fucking fluffy, bro.
My little gordito.
Fluffy's on another level.
But every restaurant you go to, everyone's always like, no, but it's fine. Again, it's fine. We got the video here. I'm using a separate program.
Oh, I see. No, I don't care. Like, if we're getting audio and video, I don't give a shit. I actually don't care because we're getting a video on YouTube. We're going live on YouTube right now. Just saying.
Okay, all right. Well, the point is, I'm getting them both. This might be.
And I lied. We're not going live on YouTube. We're recording through YouTube. So I'm wondering if they're going to use up my bandwidth, or definitely my bandwidth, but if they're going to use up my storage space.
Do you have wireless?
Wireless what? Condoms? I do.
Yep.
I keep staring at myself in the camera. I like it though.
It'll be good. I got audio. I got that. Whatever you got, I can combine it all.
I look like a weird.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's time for your shine.
When's the last time you got a haircut, bro?
Oh, fucking like March. No, yeah, March. First week of March.
What about you? Probably same thing. I think March 6th. I shaved my head. March 6th.
Your hair's only grown that. I mean, look at my damn dude. Because I look like shit. People at work be staring at me. They're like, look at this bitch.
Well, that's fine because you look like shit because you are shit. So one thing if you look like diamonds and you're like, I look like diamonds, bro, but I'm shit. That's weird.
I mean, like. Also, oh, dude, because
hey, this is good, man.
That's it. Where'd you get that shit?
I got this at.
This is now the Blunt Review podcast. All we do is review.
This is a King Palm. I got this actually at a place called Ponder on Union.
I've been there. Oh, I used to go there when because I used to live in Central and be a house cleaner there. I've been to Ponder a bunch of times. Yeah, hell yeah. By Uncle Light, because that's where you go. That's where you go. That's where you go when the line at Uncle Light's is too long. Yeah,
exactly. It sounds like you're a weed smoker in Seattle. Is that what you are, Greg? Do you identify as a weed smoker in Seattle?
I would not, because who knows if we're.
Yeah, you're right. This is a rehab podcast.
This is the Amish podcast.
This is not a blunt. It is actually incense that we're burning for a spiritual ritual. Ooh, that rhymes. Just like my rapper dad who used to molest me. What? Dude, where did that come from?
MC Lester.
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Mick Lester.
Mick Lester.
MC Lester. That's a good one. What about?
I will say too, because wait, I missed it. Never mind.
It's okay. I'll just keep the ball rolling with another strike. 2 more and I get a turkey. Can you do a strike sound?
No,
Dude,
you hated the soundboard. I would have had the
soundboard. No, fuck soundboards, bro. It's all about your fucking esophagus doing it.
That's
dude,
a chicken.
That was exactly what a bowling alley strike sounds like.
That's exactly what Oh, I'm getting fucked by my dad in the bathroom. That's what a bowling alley strike sounds like.
Oh yeah, the bowling alley in my house. Let me see if I can do a bowling alley strike.
But damn. Oh, so I ran into... There's no way you remember this.
No, it's not like a cat. Like a
no, that sounded like a blowing up. A bowling alley strike would be more like kind of like a... Hey, don't roll me roll me down the alley. Yeah, it's kind of an Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Pizza, table 38.
Pizza.
Dad, can I have some money? At least get some for yourself. What was the thing in The Simpsons? Daddy, can we have some candy? No, son. No candy for you. But at least get some for yourself. That's literally the voice.
I say that Homer's...
I was trying to...
I mean, honestly, that rules. I don't remember that. Like,
that's the one where he's trying to get his money out and his life savings and invest it into like Sesame Street. You got talking points?
No, I didn't have talking points. I wrote.
Bro, what are your talking points? I'm curious to know. What you got?
What
you got? A little paper there.
Talking points. I wrote down a couple of jokes to remember to try to make.
Dude, try your jokes.
They're not jokes. All right.
No, and you're right. I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm like, do your jokes. Spit for us now.
No, but it's worth noting too that I got so defensive that I lied. Because you were like, do you have talking points?
No, dude, I love that you have talking points. I'm sorry I came off as
but
like...
you would know, do you have talking points? And I immediately defensively, no, they're jokes. And they're not jokes.
You gotta have talking points on a podcast. For sure.
Well, no,
what do you got on there? Black Lives Matter movement? COVID-19?
A little bit about, because my cousin was, well, so I saw this the other day. So Starbucks, because even though they're a Seattle company, like, and people associate that with them. I guess they're actually like banning employees from wearing like Black Lives Matter.
I saw, that they're walking back what they said originally. Originally, they said something like, black people are, legal in our country. We shouldn't shoot them. And then they like took it back and they're like, actually, black people are considered illegal. And then they started blasting them.
Yeah, it's like any black person that comes into
That's
Starbucks
a nice filter they got
will
here.
get the people's elbow.
I wonder where they get this filter from.
That is a like giant ass filter. But because I don't know if the audience knows it, because I'm from New England, I'm from Massachusetts, like by Boston and shit.
I feel like everybody you fucking meet up from New England.
Well, I don't know. We could be getting
Go
new
Red
listeners.
Sox.
I don't fucking know.
Fucking racist.
The point is, my cousin back home she posted a link to about the Starbucks Black Life, like not letting there, and she's like, and you know what? This is why I'm a lifelong Dunkin' Donuts person. Like,
okay.
Oh yeah, Boston, the famously unracist place. Like, glad you're.
Did you see the Red Sox put out that statement? You see the Red Sox put out that statement?
Well, was the statement just like fuck? Was it Bill Burr just being like, "Hey, fuck black people"? Like, what was the statement?
He's married to a black woman, so he does fuck black people.
Which I had no idea. Really,
he just had a baby with his wife, who is a black woman. I don't know her name.
It's just gonna be funny if I die and you would just have to do this podcast like Bill Burr, just so they'd be like,
it's the way I've been fucking wanting to do it for the longest time.
Yeah,
I'm glad Greg's dead.
We got no.
Nah, just kidding. Nah, I don't want people to die. I don't want people to die.
We got
my wife says you gotta start telling people to die.
My wife says
I feel like whatever impressions that we used to do decently are getting worse.
Yeah, well, I think it's because we stopped practicing and started getting higher. We promised.
It became a weed fucking podcast.
We promised to the fans next week we will work on our impressions.
And also, this isn't really weed. This is fake. This is a prop. This is a fucking prop made in our fucking prop store. By prop managers and shit. Who makes props? What are they called?
Prop people.
What are they called? Stagehands? Who knows? Stagehands is a dude jerks you off on stage, right? Like when you need to get a boner so you can film the scene. You got, hey, bring the stagehand here. Like,
I do have a funny story that could fill time on the podcast. So because when we were in high school, there was this kid. I won't say his name, but we'll call him the S Man. But the point is, his thing was making props, and he was real good at it. But for some play they were doing, he made this prop. It was a big jar, like a big, like a giant pickle jar, and it had two fake human hands in it, and they're made of fucking foam, whatever the fuck.
I keep saying to myself with the fucking camera, man. Sorry.
No, it's not.
I feel like a fucking cat or a bird.
You've got the mentality of a chicken. You're just like, is that a different punch in the mirror? Like, honestly, I was gonna say I could turn it down, but I can't because of this.
No, I'm sorry, man. Continue. My point is, it has to be this. This is what a good podcast is all about. This connection.
About
here,
you being
right. Like this is about the conversation. Greg, tell us about the first time you were raped. I know this is very sensitive things, Greg. And I apologize if I may come off as insensitive.
It's not so much about the first time.
But I think your story.
Times.
I think your story can help others.
Because the thing is,
you're in a safe place here.
The thing is,
the rape zone is over there.
Because when I first moved to Seattle, my friend told me that like sex is like pizza. No matter how bad it is, it's always good. And I said, well, you were never raped by the Dominoes. Oh, that's my Mark. I've been trying to write Mark Norman jokes.
Mark Norman.
Oh, well, you've never been raped by the Domino's guy.
He's good. No, he has a lot of like, my roommate's gay. I didn't know he was gay, so I was sucking his dick.
See, that's funny because I think I've just been writing jokes in his voice because I've been doing just a lot of like.
Yeah, you know what you've been doing? You know what you've been doing? You've been shitty.
I've been just taking shits.
You've just been.
I've been taking a lot of shits, but it has been a lot of like. There's an expression. We gotta look. If you want to tell someone the truth, you gotta look them in the eye. But I can look my girlfriend on at the time and say, "Hey, I've not been cheating on you." Just, like, it's not perfect. Like, I'm workshopping it, but like,
hey man, I'm sorry if I make you feel bad. But one thing I've been trying to do is have genuine reactions. Right. Because I feel like as a comedian, and
you did a fake. That's funny because
I always do fake reactions.
You did a fake reaction.
I'm like the fakest person
You absolutely
in the world.
did a fake smile.
I'm always doing.
I could even recognize that as a fake laugh.
Because like it's even worse to just sit there and just like vocalize what you're thinking. That's worse. That's been my problem my whole life.
Well, I mean, we're boys, and this is our. You might.
We're not boys. I am trans woman.
My point is, so you didn't like it. I mean, you're like.
Who am I though? Get the fuck. I'm just a fucking fat obese piece of shit wearing a red beanie. I don't even mind.
This is worse than you. This is worse than you pretending to visually fake it. Now you're just like I mean,
no, but you see what it is. You see what this became though. It became about this, right? And that's what a good podcast is about. That's what a good podcast is about. Though it doesn't matter. My point is, even if it's like nothing, I'm not looking at myself in the camera like I was.
That's fair, but I mean, you faking it. That you faking it makes me feel worse. Than
I'm sorry,
just
man.
Hadn't laughed at it, man.
If I didn't fake it though, right?
Yes,
I forgot what evil you said.
Absolutely.
It wasn't even that bad. I'm pretty sure it was good. I was just being an asshole. What did you even say? Something about like something that was hilarious. Oh, Greg, you're a great comedian. I'm glad we have you on again.
I was consulting my notes about.
We can't call this the Punchcast anymore because it's not about me. Like you're as much invested in this.
No, I'm the important co-host. We call
co-host. So it shouldn't be called the Punchcast.
I like calling it that though, actually.
Do you? Shitty. I feel like, I'm gonna use my name as a pun. Just like every other fucking idiot who did that. The Birdcast was the Birdcast.
The what?
The Birdcast, Bert Kreischer's podcast.
Is that what he calls it?
How about shit?
Well, because
I'm gonna get somebody pregnant. No, that's Tracy Morgan.
The only podcast. Oh wow! Hold on. Sorry. So the audio is still recording, but the video on my thing just stopped recording and is now starting over. I believe it has a limit to what it can record.
So let me see what the fucking camera is. We got some good shit, man. And now you ruined it. This is. We got 15 minutes here.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying.
This looks great, dude.
Actually,
I don't know about your phone. I don't know about your camera.
So wait.
This thing specifically.
Alright, wait.
And I gotta upload it still. God damn it. This was a bad idea. This was a bad idea.
You still gotta upload it?
I still gotta upload it. Although it's going by fast with the preparing. It usually takes like 46 billion trillion hours.
Well, because this one's only 15 minutes. The other one's we're 17 hours. Like, that didn't...
God damn it. Great, we had such a good show.
No, that was going great.
Are you still recording audio?
I am still recording the audio, so we can still continue it.
Welcome to the Spike Show. Remember that channel, the Spike channel?
I used to love Spike TV.
Yeah, I used to love Spike too. It was just like,
dude, because I used to want to try to pitch a show to Spike TV, because there was a while where other shows were just called shit that were like Mansers. It was just like a bunch of questions, but men answer them. We are the mentors. Yeah, their entire shit was just like we're for men. So I was constantly trying to come up with just words that were just like normal words, but you could put men into the whole. Wait, here, don't.
I'm gonna keep recording. Not yet. I haven't started yet, but I want to keep talking so people don't get any dead air.
Oh, that's fine.
If you get dead air, you know what you should do? You should bury it. That was a lame joke. You know
bury it in the toilet.
A comedian with a broken leg. Hi-oh. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. We are live from the thumbnail department in Ponch's room. How good is the bitch?
Wait, it's not true.
This is technically my room. I fucking pay the bills in this motherfucker.
Yeah, but no, I mean, listen, all the stuff you said is true except for me being a bitch. It's definitely not true.
I don't have the Sasquatch fucking silhouette. Wait, so you can't record video anymore?
Well, so I can record video, but the thing is, apparently it stops after, what, like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Like, and also I'm trying to find where it's... I gotta find.
Are you still recording audio?
I have been recording audio the entire time.
I think the cool
but
thing
also
that we have...
because I got the video of the first part, but it saved it. I don't know where the fuck it saved the damn shit. So I gotta find.
You gotta search it.
Yeah, I gotta find where it's saved. But we'll do that later.
Are you still recording audio though?
I am still.
Okay.
The audio
cool.
the audio has never stopped.
Yeah, we can do audio stuff like oh, here comes Manny Pacquiao. I'm so happy to be here in your apartment in the Punchcast. Boy here.
Oh shit! Is that Action Bronson?
Fuck, that's delicious. I'm from Queens. Yeah, welcome to the Punchcast.
Hey, and I'm Meat White, and I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Just hitting him with all the classics.
Who else is here, Greg?
We're just hitting him with all the classics.
Ha-ha! I'm Mickey Mouse.
Mickey
and
Mouse
I'm
is
not having sex with anybody. Ha-ha!
Is Mickey Mouse working out with Mike Tyson, you said? Oh man, Mickey Mouse, oh my god, I'm so excited just to be here, you know, on the podcast with Mickey Mouse and all these great people, wonderful people, Action Bronson, he just made me a burrito in the back. Oh my god, I'm so excited. That was a terrible idea. Anyways, who else is here, Greg? My dad is here. Punch, I love you.
Oh, honestly, worst impression of your dad ever. You would never say that. I mean, honestly, all right, we hit it. We got him. We front.
Check out these leaks, dude. We gotta always talk about this painting. I think it's a Diego Rivera print.
Oh yeah.
For the audience,
Are they holding?
what we're looking at
leaks
is
and shit?
a painting of looks like some apocalypto-looking motherfuckers.
Man, that movie is.
movie's
Listen,
dope.
I know Mel Gibson's a racist, but he can
movie's
make some
dope.
dope movies.
That movie's dope.
Apocalypto.
I'm gonna do an impression of a guy who hit a joint earlier or a pre-roll, and it was too harsh, and now he has to cough. All right, here's my impression of him.
I'll do my impression of a similar guy. But
Uh-huh.
instead he has to he's like,
Shits his pants. Ooh, that is wet.
oh yeah, well yeah, he
Unlike
just,
my girl.
he just
Hi-yo!
the opposite of Ponch's girl, who's a doll, so she can't get wet. Slam dunk a newt.
But I do get it pretty wet because if you try to fuck a latex balloon, it has like creases where they like glue it together, so it's kind of sharp and a little jagged. So when I fuck it, all that friction against my dick causes irritation and it burns, and then I have to put some sort of lotion on it, and I forget, and it gets infected, and then it's a whole ordeal.
That's funny. That's why you kind of have that starfish mark on your penis. I
Yeah,
always thought that was that just.
dude,
meant
you said
like
you
a
were looking at my
certain-
dick for medical reasons. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, no, I thought it
HIPAA,
meant were
bro,
a
you gotta follow the
superhero.
HIPAA
I'm an
guidelines.
it's an archaeological thing. I'm
Hey,
like
today
Jeff
my coworker.
Goldblum.
Oh man. Anyways, today my coworker. I was gonna say something terrible about my coworker, but he might listen to it, so I'm not gonna say it. I will say though, my other coworker is a lovely person to work with, and I am glad that every day I get to see them.
Well, dude, so I've been,
It was a great blunt. It was infused with jizz, but it really was infused with.
have you ever had one of those ones where you
pops?
gotta like pre-roll? You gotta like peel the thing off of the pre-roll. Before
No, but I've seen those kits that they sell, like a blunt kit, where it's like you're gonna get some flour, pre-ground flour. I don't even think it's ground actually. I think it's.
Oh no,
fucking-
this was a pre-roll I bought. But again, they're like, so here's what you do. You take it out of the thing, and it's got a wax coating that you peel off before you light it that gets you mega, ultra, killer, mega. They made it sound like, you ever played Killer Instinct for like Super Nintendo? Yeah. But so they made it like this. They're like, so they're like, so it's a pre-roll, and it's got a wax coating. You peel off the wax coating, you'll get like mega, ultra, killer, ultra combo high. You know, it's like, all right. To be fair, I did get pretty high. Dude, my friend met that guy who did the voice.
guy.
Yeah, because he
There
worked.
used to be that dude with the bit with the mohawk, and he used to do that head thing. They're like,
Because my friend, my boy worked at Microsoft, and he met the guy who did the voice once. Who who just was like ultra combo, mega combo,
Yeah.
penis ass shit, dome,
he
penis.
met
I put my face
he
in
met
your
Macho
dick
Man?
combo. Yeah, really. Honestly, when you say it like that, it's true. It's like you met the worst Macho Man.
well, I think like that's one thing I've always wanted a podcast to be about is like
The
voice.
worst Macho Man.
No, about voice stuff, right? So I feel like when you think about like Macho Man, like what is that voice? It's like a deep, like raspy, like yo brother, right? Where it's like, what are you trying to
used to
sell
be
with
able
that
to do
voice?
that. I
What,
think
what,
that-
what are you trying to sell with that voice? Some like you try to sell some Slim Jims and some beef jerky and maybe a car or two. Oh, slap into a Slim Jim, brother.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, brother, the cream rye, like that kind of shit.
We do a lot of Macho Man impressions here.
Do we? I didn't think we.
I think we do.
Done
I
one
want to
before.
say every single
I feel like
episode
we
we've
do-
done it like 47 times.
No, you're thinking Manny Pacquiao.
No,
and,
Manny Pacquiao, we do like 87 times. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna so happy to be here. Every time you want to invite me to your show, I'm going to go ahead and be the senator of the Philippines. Growing up in the Baguio, when I was a little
the Pacquiao.
Filipino boy, My wife, Jinky, she used to thank you very much. That sounds like what's the dude that the character that Andy Kaufman used to do?
The tax the guy
Latka.
who's saying
Hello,
Mickey Mouse.
my name is Latka. It kind of sounds like that.
No,
yeah.
Manny Pacquiao is less eligible. He's almost like Popeye or Bob Dylan. Yeah, like that's Manny Pacquiao.
I'm coming, Olive Oil. Oh, save me, Popeye, save me. I'm gonna fuck her in her ass, Popeye. Why you gonna? Well, I'm just gonna call the police, Brutus. Let's just wow. I thought you were gonna follow the shtick. Usually, you carry her to your forearm, you take her away. You say something along the lines of "I got her," and that's it. Fuck her in the ass. Whoa, that's uncalled for. I'm going straight to the police. I was just kidding, Popeye. I'm not gonna do that. Save me, Popeye, save me. I'm confused. Is he really gonna fuck me in the ass? I don't know, Olive Oil. I'm going to the police.
Aren't you a man? Fire! No.
Popeye, why are you eating spinach at this hour?
Now, at this point, it's a can of soy.
Well, I don't know. I'm stressed out. I'm stress eating here. He's gonna fuck you in the ass? What? God, I don't have enough spinach in the world to do that.
I'm out of spoons here. He just shouts.
And Brutus is like, I was just kidding. It was a dumb joke. Don't listen to me.
I'm leaving. And then for hours, they're still like shaking up about it.
But he leaves carrying olive oil on his shoulder. Help me!
Yeah, Popeye is just like, he's doing the David Cross thing for Arrested Development. He's in his jeans in the shower, like, just...
No, he's just watching he's just freaking out, like, panicking. He's just like, do I call the police? Is he really, oh, God, is he really taking her? What do I do? I'm a never nude.
What if he is joking? Hey, I'm a never nude.
So he's just wearing cut-off shorts, eating spinach. Olive oil was like, Popeye, please, stop eating spinach and save me. Save me, Popeye. He's like,
that would be funny.
I'm stress eating spinach. I don't even like spinach.
Just a Popeye takeoff where like but they have the relationship
for the
from
Popeye.
Arrested Development, like
Mr.
Olive
Banana
Oil's
Grabber.
chaining herself to a tree, and Popeye's like, I don't care.
It's only
doesn't grow
spinach,
on
Michael.
trees."
What does it cost? $10? It didn't cost $10.
Popeye trying to join the Blue Man Group.
It was always some like profound thing, and then the narrator just like debunking it. It's like, and he wanted to win $1 million. He did not win $1 million. It was always something like, oh, okay.
It'd be funny though, because it'd be like Popeye trying to join the Blue Man Group like David Cross, but then he would eat the spinach and then just shoot 12 ping pong balls out of his ass, but hit the center of the target every time. Like,
the Blue Man Group, well, they wouldn't be able to tell him what they thought of his audition because they're silent.
but you could say that about anybody.
But you could
how do they reject anybody?
Here's the thing. Here's what it is. All right. The bit is Popeye being rejected by the Blue Man Group. Ready? Oh, what do you mean I have too much muscles? But I painted my body blue. Olive oil said she was I was a shoe-in. I'm gonna burn this bitch to the ground. That's the only way you can do maybe the Blue Man Group because they can't speak, so it would have to be from the perspective of Popeye, right? In this case, what does Popeye do? You know, he lifts some weights, he gets some anchor tattoos, he fucks olive oil, eats some spinach, smokes that corncob pipe.
Well, I think you got something there.
I got mouth cancer.
I think you got to build it by having...
I'm doing a terrible Popeye too. We should stop with the Popeye.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying...
Speaking of Popeyes, you ever go there?
I don't think... I've been to a Chick-fil-A, but I've never been to Popeyes.
How dare you,
Although
sir.
we discussed Chick-fil-A's on a previous episode.
Did we?
Yeah, there's one episode where the subtitle is, or the description is like, we discussed Chick-fil-A and a bunch, I forget what the rest of it is, but we've definitely talked.
Give me your top 10. What's the GOAT chicken restaurant? I hate that question now. The GOAT. Everything's the GOAT. Oh, the GOAT.
Because I heard that first in the context of Michael Jordan. It was Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he was a GOAT.
Well, in that...
And then everything else was the GOAT. Oh, he's the GOAT at making hot dogs.
Well,
oh, he's the GOAT at dunking a basketball.
Everything cheapens it after Michael Jordan.
Oh,
Michael Jordan's absolutely
This is the GOAT podcast. We should call it that. We should change this podcast to the GOAT podcast.
The GOAT podcast.
The GOAT podcast. We should call it that. They should do... I always picture them, like, when it comes to the GOAT, them talking to, like, I don't know, like a serial killer, like, or people just having like,
The
I
goat serial
picture
killer.
like a Sports Center type
I'm
about
the goat
serial killers.
rapist.
It's like, well, look at you got Ted Bundy, right?
Yeah.
Ted Bundy, one of the goats. He's one of the goats out there. Look at his statistics. He went out there, murdered lots of women, didn't even get interviewed. Multiple years. Went across multiple states. Yes, Ted Bundy's
Frank,
the goat.
No,
Ted
Frank,
Bundy's the
No,
goat.
Frank Gacy. John Wayne Gacy murdered kids, multiple states. I mean, we are talking. This guy
The man
doesn't
dressed
only
like a
murder
clown,
rappers,
Greg. He dressed like a clown.
and he did it dressed like a clown. I mean, what are we talking about here if we're not talking about how they dress?
Look,
I mean,
if we
gotta
want to talk
discuss
about
this.
goats, and this is somebody that's always never mentioned, very underrated, but the goat is, and if we're talking about overall murders here and the amount of people killed per volume, the goat has to be Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan's the goat. That guy went fucking country to country, raping and pillaging, just everything he saw was his. Goat.
Now we'll be cutting to our outside expert, Frank Lloyd. Well, I think when you're talking about the GOAT, you gotta consider Jeffrey Epstein. He hated his own island, boys.
But none of those murders were ever confirmed. So was he actually a serial killer? I mean, come on. You're debating about being the GOAT serial killing with guys who aren't even serial killers. We're not talking serial rapers, sure. If you said who's the greatest serial raper, I'd say Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein. Those guys are the GOATs at serial raping. But Jeffrey Epstein is no murderer. He's no serial killer.
Well, listen, if we want to talk about what's on the record, sure. But if we want to talk about what we know in our hearts, Epstein had some of those people killed. He had them viciously, murderously killed. And we got to consider that when factoring this in.
Greg.
Are we going to not consider that his lawyer also defended O.J. Simpson?
Another great goat killer.
Another
great goat killer. But I think two people is more of a passion crime and less of a serial murder. But Greg, I just want to thank you so much. Frank, I want to thank you for coming into the show.
Thank you for having me on.
And we look forward to seeing you back when we debate the GOAT of heroin addictions.
That is going to be a good one in a couple weeks when we do the GOAT of heroin addiction.
Who's the GOAT of... You want that to be a recurring segment? We got the goats. Let's do this. We're just doing goats.
Who's the GOAT of various
different things? What's the GOAT chicken sandwich? That's a good episode.
What's the GOAT of living under the bridge? Who's the GOAT of living under a bridge?
Yeah. What's the GOAT of living under a bridge?
I mean,
I have to be some sort of troll, right? Some like Hansel and Gretel type shit.
See, because I was gonna say either a troll or like Frank from Always Sunny.
Yeah,
that's a recurring thing for a while. It was like we got jeans from under the bridge or whatever.
They do that for some reason, right? Like, why do they push the like under the bridge, like weird deviant? Not deviant, because I feel like deviant's more sexual, but that more transient, that more like.
I guess just to emphasize, because like the fascinating thing about Frank, I guess, this is a juxtaposition, is that he has $1 gazillion, but like what he really wants to do at the end of the day is like hang out under a bridge and like it's a rich guy slumming it stereotype.
That's
but Frank takes it to maximum extremes where he always seems to have enough money to do whatever he wants. Yet he's like,
he just wants to hang
I want to get
Charlie,
yeah. He wants to cut his, like, he could afford a pedicure, but he wants to do with it.
Can you carefully turn the camera just to see if it is still recording?
Like this?
Yeah, who cares? I feel like the audience is like, oh, 30 minutes in, you guys changed the camera. But yeah, it's kind of loose, so make sure.
Oh, the screen's black. I don't know what that is.
That means it stopped recording.
Oh, fuck. No.
At least we still got audio. We can do cool audio shit. Like, oh my god, here is Robert Downey Jr.'s here. Dude, thank you for inviting me to your podcast. I mean, I'm amazed.
I'm amazed, and let me just say, I do yoga. I do yoga all day, every day, because otherwise I will do a lot of drugs. I mean, shit, Lord.
The last one was...
I mean...
I hate this shit. It doesn't tell you how long a video is until, like, you, like... It doesn't tell you at all, ever.
I mean, I guess... Do we...
3, 2, 1.
We are live!
Alright.
I mean, do we talk about buying a camera?
Is it a camera that we need?
I mean, if you want to have video... Kinda. I mean,
yeah,
otherwise,
right. The storage shit is becoming a problem.
I guess I could find.
No, we can't buy a camera. You know why we can't buy a camera? Because we have no fucking money. We haven't made no money off of this shit. Why are you gonna invest more money?
That's fair.
Right? Then I become, Mom, I swear, one day I'm gonna be a successful podcastian.
I mean,
Or what do you call them?
I think it's funny
Podcasters?
because I'm getting that hero pay now. So
You getting that
I'm
hero
into
pay?
it.
Look at you. You don't even need this podcast anymore.
Yeah, I'm fucking killing it.
Damn, mister. I'm a
Dude.
fucking hero.
It's just funny because like if you watch because I don't know if because you don't, but because my girlfriend and I, we got like basic cable because we like to watch like Jeopardy at night and shit, and so like when the commercials come on, there are a bunch of commercials for like Kroger and QFC and shit that are just like, just so everyone knows, the people who work for us and are doing it, they're heroes. Everyone's a hero. You know, we support hero. And it's just funny because like no one who even works there buys that shit for even a second. Like
It's
everyone's
weird,
just
like,
talking. Well, it's because I think I said everyone talks just mad shit on each other. Like there's this one girl who just tripped and busted her lip, and she just kept telling it. And like I heard people making fun of her because she's like, "Yo, do you know all she talks to anyone?" She's like bugging customers about how she fell down. And then I was pushing a cart getting shit the other day, and I overheard her talking to some teenagers, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I fell down." I was like, I just started laughing and like,
When you put this on YouTube, you do it off a program that only records the audio, right? So you can you can upload this to other things too.
well,
is
so
what I'm saying?
right now I'm using Audacity that only records the audio.
Shout out Audacity, the Audacity to be an awesome audio program.
Free sound program. But before I was trying to record it on Zoom, but the thing is that had some kind of 20-25 minute limit to it. So
Dude, should
when
I just record it on the laptop from work? I didn't want to, but I'm gonna start doing it. Fuck it. If I get fired for putting dope podcasts on my fucking laptop, then I'll be content with that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
If I get fired for having like, it's one thing, and we saw your laptop. My God, it was terrible. I thought we were firing you. Not because
They love it. They promote you to
It's
superintendent.
Dr. Phil. I don't know why it was Dr. Phil.
They,
It's a
pro-
terrible podcast.
they promote you to Super Nintendo Punch.
But
Here's the thing. So we can't happen right now this week because we're in the middle of it. But like, I can probably find a video program that can record this shit. Like, it can't be 4K, but I can find
Look,
it.
man,
We'll discuss it when we're not. We'll
the
discuss it when the fans.
the issue is storage. No, let's talk about it now. The fans need to know. Somebody donate a motherfucking brand new 4K condom.
Or Ponch will whip it's a 4K condom.
Yeah, dude,
it makes your penis look bigger.
Yeah, but it's not.
That's it. It's like, baby, listen.
Look.
Actually, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea. Listen,
It's just your pants about some idea that you made up in your mind that you haven't told yet.
Yeah, you just stumbled, but no, you just
You're
stumbled
hyping
at
it
a,
up is my point. You're hyping it up.
You just stumbled on a great idea though. Like,
What is it?
well, if I ever break up, like, cause here's the thing, like, if I
You're
ever
never breaking up with your girlfriend. So
no, but if I
fuck
ever hook up with a girl and she's like,
you're a virgin, that'll never happen to you.
If I ever hook up with a girl and she's like, your penis is small, I'm gonna be like, no, baby, you're just not seeing it in HD. I'll be like,
you're right. I do need to get a new prescription for my glasses.
Yes, I'll be like, yeah. Like, you need to see it in, your penis is tiny. I'll be like, baby, you just need to see it in 4K.
You seen that?
You just pretend she's not seeing it in high enough definition.
You know what's one of the first memes I ever read was it's not micro it's only micro when it's soft.
that's also not always true, but I'm talking about like a guy like Terrence Howard, like a guy with a micro penis, and the girl's like, yeah, and he's like, no,
Yeah,
baby,
man.
no, baby,
Yeah, man. Push that shit out, man.
You're just looking at it in
No,
480, baby.
Push that shit out. Huh? You gonna kill me, huh? In front of all these people, huh? Go ahead, man. Kill me. How's that, Terrence Howard? That was my first attempt ever at a Terrence Howard.
I don't think that was because Terrence Howard is more
good?
like, hey, how you doing?
Well, I was
man?
trying to do the Hustle and Flow one, and then I felt like I was kind of leaking into the what's the one where he was like the director, and they like felt up his wife, the cops, was like Crash, yeah. So it was like the one from I was trying to do first. What did I say? Hustle and Flow. Hey man, push that shit out, man. Huh? Come on, man. Man,
How you doing, man?
Huh, man? He's hot out here for a pimp, man. You know how the game is out here, man. Huh? Skinny black. Huh?
Dude, how fucked up is
I
that?
think that's a good Terrence Howard, man.
How fucked up is that they fucked him for Iron Man though?
No, he fucked himself. He was like, hey man, I want some more money.
Oh, is that how? Is that what?
Yeah, he was like,
Oh, I didn't know that.
I want some more money. I'm Terrence Howard.
And they're just like, we'll replace.
And then Robert Downey was like, dude, I agree. You deserve a lot of money, but the studio, they already paid me, so you're not going to get it. And the guy Cheeto lined up, dude.
Well, in like that was before Marvel might have had control over ever. Because I forget when they got. Because Iron Man 1 was like not before Disney. Like I forget.
How the fuck you sign into Zoom?
You find ways to sign in, dude.
It's free. Why don't you just record myself? There's no app on this computer to like just record yourself.
That's what I'm thinking. I can find an app to do it. That's why we don't need to buy a camera. It's just
So I'm gonna put app to record yourself. And the survey says,
man, I forgot about that.
I wasn't even fucking typing anything. I typed it into the email address bar, but I can just cut it and paste it and jizz it.
And jizz it.
Sounds like a fucking a nursery rhyme. And cut it and paste it and jizz it and cut it and paste it and jizz it.
Dude,
for videos and more professional results, Adobe Premiere Rush available for Android, iOS, Mac, and Windows. I put free. What is the best app for recording? I'm not gonna waste my time down this rabbit hole. But anyways, it's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
man.
I figured out a way to stall for time. Check it out.
You're just gonna no. I hate soundboards, dude. If I'm being honest, I hate soundboards.
But it's Barney.
I know, and I hate it. I
thought that would make you amenable to it.
No.
Because
like when you do that,
I
feel like when you do that, it makes me hate The Simpsons now, and it makes me hate Barney. I'm just like, oh, he's just cheapening my podcast now. This is a show where we talk intellectually about what the issues that are affecting our youth and our future. We are trying to cultivate a culture of positivity and change.
I mean, that's honestly hysterical.
What you're doing, sir, is perpetuating a general stereotype that all people who drink alcohol burp. That is not the case, sir. That is insensitive and irresponsible.
Well, it's just funny you say that. Like this
Dude,
is a
did I smoke
podcast about.
Without passing it to you?
No, we've been passing it back and forth for a long time.
Now you're calling me a liar in my own domicile?
On multiple accounts, because you also said that this is a podcast. You're like, how this is a podcast that talks about the youth and what they're interested in. Yeah, we've been going for like 42 minutes. We haven't even talked about the fact that you went to the protest. We've just been like,
yeah, because I kind of want to give people a break. But you know what? You're right. We got to talk about the issues. The issues are that there's a narrative right now about the Chaz. You know the Chaz? I forgot what it stands for. Do you know what it stands for?
What?
I'm speaking really fast. I'm going to slow down.
I thought Chaz was like a guy.
Can you tell me something? If I'm
skateboard.
speaking too slowly, can you tell me? But I feel like
No.
when I speak slowly, it's normal.
You're fine.
Like
Well,
right
also,
now, am I speaking slowly or am I speaking normally?
I think you're speaking fine for the radio. The thing is,
Would you say this is not for punch, for a normal conversation with a human being? Like if I was talking like this to you at a bus stop?
It's a little slow.
You think it's a little slow? Okay.
But the thing is, I also think you need to be. When I think this is a thing neither one of us do, but we do need to talk a little. Also, babe. But we both need to talk a little more slowly into the microphone because sometimes we talk quick during the podcast.
I talk very fast.
But
it's been a problem my whole life. It's been very frustrating. I always used to get the what, huh, what, and then there's rude people who are like,
Yo,
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like I always used to get the rude people like, "Que cabrón."
Oh yeah, I did a fucking weird white guy, but yeah, it was mostly like, "Que?" No, actually, you know what used to happen? And this is I talked about it for Manny Pacquiao, and I apologized. But the reason I said it about Manny Pacquiao and Filipino people is because my aunt used to make fun of me because I used to have a stutter growing up because I talked really fast, and then I would just like stutter my words. So she would be like, "That's all, folks. What are you trying to say?" And I'd be like, fucking 6 years old.
That's
right?
fucked up, dude.
It was like that Billy Madison today, Junior. That was great. No, my point is, my aunt was classic. She was Billy Madison level.
No, I mean, listen. I'm gonna be honest.
She used to call me Porky Pig. She used to call me Porky Pig. Well, then I was fat, and I said, that's like I got my Manny Pacquiao accent.
So listen,
gonna be the champion of the world, which is racist. Again, apologies to the Filipino community.
That is cruel, but those are some dunks by your aunt. Like she just swished.
Dude, yeah, she's been jamming it. Oh yeah,
murdered you.
Jamming it.
Destroyed you. Listen, I'm sorry. I should side with you. You're my boy. I've never met
man,
your
it's good talking.
She just fucking killed you, though.
I made me a better person today. There's always that argument, right? I saw Chris Rock on Comedians in Cars getting coffee, eating cognac, drinking cock. That he was talking about his new bit or a bit that he did a couple years ago, where it's like I was gonna do a Chris Rock, but then I thought it was gonna be racist, and right now I feel like normally I would be okay and just leap into a Chris Rock impression without any fear of ramifications. But it's not about fear about repercussions. It's about the insensitivity by me that will perpetuate this negative generalization of a people that will ultimately lead to their oppression. So I'm not gonna do a Chris Rock impression. But anyways, the bit is bit is him saying that he needed we need no you're right. It's about how we need bullying. How we need bullying so we can have like scientists and people or whatever, right? People who are motivated and they're like, I'm gonna show you, and right, and they're like become great people. But my thing is like, what if everybody was not bullied and everybody had like an even playing field and everybody was like nice and everybody got along, and it's like, you know what? You don't have to be a quadrillionaire, jillionaire, whatever, millionaire.
Can you get along?
It's just, can you get along? You make a nice fucking wage, livable wage. It's
can you afford PlayStation 5?
Exactly. Everybody, you got a PS5. You're making a nice, like, you know, whatever money to like support your family. Everybody's fed. Everybody has what they need. But everybody is like, no, you need bullying so you can make millions. But it's like, yeah, that's the one success story out of bullying. But like, what are the other 700 trillion negative or unsuccessful stories?
We talked about it in a previous podcast, but that's like those God, hold on, those Malcolm Gladwell books, because those books are always like, you know, like the guy with
face
the
adversity your whole life, you'll
the
succeed
guy
in the
with
future.
disability is the strongest, and like that is true sometimes. Like that guy in my left foot who
I get that,
with his foot, but like
I get the logic behind it.
But there must be 100 other guys who did that who failed.
My point is, I get the logic behind it, right? The like, if you struggle,
for every fluffy, there's a fat Mexican.
My point is, like, what if you didn't have to overcome? What if you didn't have to, like, you know, what if it was just, what if you just had a clear, easy path to success, and then you had it, and you were just successful, and that was just the norm for everybody, and like, you know what? I was never bullied, and guess what? I'm a successful banker. My neighbor was never bullied, and he's a successful fucking hooker. I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't. But you didn't.
You get what I'm saying, though? Where it's like a thing where it's like, yeah, I'm not a fucking Nobel Peace Prize winning Nobel laureate, 5-star Michelin chef.
I got a cousin that likes it. He's like it sounds weird to say this, but he's like a high up custodian in our town's like public school system. But, like,
and he's probably making like $100K.
Yeah, like it's a tiny town, so like $80K, a little less than probably something like that.
Livable wage in a tiny town, more than enough.
Super livable wage, has his own place, and like, but his main thing is like wants to be left alone, and like that's it. He makes a ton of money.
Would you say he was bullied growing up? Probably.
No, I think he avoided
Really? You
actually no.
I would say, how old is he?
I think he did, yeah.
How old is he?
40 maybe.
Yeah, I feel like he was bullied growing up in school. Yeah, probably
actually,
right?
Yeah, probably.
My point is, and his peak.
Because I think he's a little
right. So think of that. He was he was bullied, right? You could say, where it's a safe guess, even if we're wrong. And all he lived up to be was some sort of high-ranking custodian. Great, awesome, right? But if you got bullied and that's what you became, that's kind of a waste. But if you got bullied and became like the president, like, oh, well, Greg, I was bullied my whole life. They said you'll never be president. You know what's crazy? That's how Trump became president. Well, that's one thing I'll be over you, Trump. I will be president. How dare you say that I'm not going to be president? That's it. Melania, pack my bags. We're going to Presidencia. I'm going to be the fucking president. We're going to be the president. This fucking guy doesn't tell me who I'm going to present. I'll present it here. I'll preside over here. I'll be the presidente in Mexico, Albania, everywhere you want me to be. Brooklyn needs a president.
We're going to live in that summer home with the columns in the front in, what do you call it? Washington.
Everybody knows. How you gonna do it? You gotta have you. Jerry. Oh, yeah, that was kind of Jerry. I like that. See, because once you pinpoint it, I can find it. Oh, you gotta go, man. Grab her. Stop coming into my apartment. No, that's terrible. That was more John Mulaney. You know John Mulaney?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was in the apartment. I said, hey, your kid gorgeous.
Don't say your kid's gorgeous.
I don't know what he never says that, but that's the name of his special.
Your kid's
Shout out Kid Gorgeous. No, it's called Kid Gorgeous.
Oh, okay. I thought it was your kid's.
I'm John Mulaney. No, that sounds more like Bob Uecker. I'm Bob Uecker.
Did you steal that from The Simpsons?
Who?
Kid Gorgeous. Wasn't that kid? Remember kid in the boxing one? Mo was like, yeah, they used to call me Kid Gorgeous.
No,
like
that's
Kid Homie,
no. The
and
Simpsons.
Kid
He
Ugly.
didn't say that from the Simpsons because that's a common thing that the Simpsons also took from. Like it's a thing where it's like that kid's like Kid Gorgeous.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was over here playing. Hey, you guys ever play stickball with me and Kid Gorgeous over here? Look at him. He hit a home run into my asshole.
I don't-
fucking felt amazing. Went over to the next fucking neighbor. Got a cannoli up my asshole too. It was so good.
Well, because I don't know what kind of shit
Racist.
you guys had in LA, and Holyoke was like we had nickname like there was a kid whose nickname was Piss McDonald. It would be like, yo, where's Dustin tonight? We'd be like, yeah, he's hanging with Piss McDonald.
McDonald.
Because he pissed his pants one time, so in his last
They
name was
became Piss
McDonald.
Pants.
Well, no,
We had a Piss
no,
Pants.
not piss.
We had a Piss
Yeah,
Pants.
no. So I don't know what's less
Dude,
clever, Piss Pants. Or
You know
Piss
which name?
McDonald.
You know what's worse? You know what's worse? And people remember your actual name instead of the fucking Piss Pants or Piss McDonald. Because there was this girl
I
named.
don't remember Piss
And I feel
McDonald.
bad saying her name, and I hope she's a fucking congresswoman for the most successful district in America. But there used to be this girl named Shalandis that I went to school with. She pooed in her pants one day. Like, that became her narrative. I like to use that word. People like to use that word. Narrative. That became her, like, thing, right? That was
Honestly,
her
that's
narrative.
the best way to describe it in this
It was all about, like,
I know what you're
Shalandis.
saying,
It was
but
like,
that's
you'd be
the
in lunch.
only way- that's
It was
the
so
only
fucked up,
way
right?
to
It's fucked up.
describe it.
Children are so cruel. We would be in line, like, with our trays, our empty trays, waiting for, like, the fucking gruel to be slopped onto our fucking tray, right? And people would be like, who's that? Oh, that's that girl Shalandis. Did she hear she pooed her pants? Ew! And then, like, everybody would disperse. Like, there was a confirmed case of COVID, dude. People would just, like, run! She pooed her pants once. Yeah, dude. That was Shalandis. I felt so bad for her, man. She was so cute and beautiful, too. She was a pretty little girl. I was a little boy, so it was okay. It's appropriate. But yeah, man, I used to feel bad for Shalandis. She used to be like my neighbor. She used to live down the street from me. I used to feel bad because like her whole narrative
And
became
you'd be walking
that she
down
pooed
the
her
street
pants.
and you would go by her house and you would just hear from her like.
The thing is, I don't know if anybody ever confirmed that she shat her pants.
You think it was just made up?
Yeah, like who even said that? Like who confirmed it? If somebody was like, "Yup, I put my finger in there," and sure enough, there was some chocolate surprise.
She was making some chocolate string cheese in it.
Oh, gross. Anyways, let's change the subject. It's now second period.
Dude, we had so
Change subject.
there was this kid on the football team, and he was like the star of or one of the stars of the football team. And and it's funny how like people can get away with this if you're like cool or whatever. But like, it's the star of the football team. We're practicing on like a Monday, and we're all in like the football. You know, we're all in like the 3-point stance, and he just immediately stands up. He's like, "We have to stop the play," and the coach is like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Way good." Like, he'd shat his pants.
You got a stuttering robot for a coach?
He shat his pants.
Oh, no.
This kid, it was one of the star players, and he shat his pants. But the thing is, because like, and he left practice that day because he was
your pants, you're going home. That's
Yeah.
a go home move.
he was
Right? It's like nothing else is happening. You're going home.
Your pants, you're
Right?
home.
I don't care. You're not gonna continue your day. That's a scumbag move right there. It's one thing you shit your pants. We get it. Everybody shits their pants. It happens. It happens. It's human nature. It's fucking creature nature. Everybody shits their pants, right? But if you can tell, oh, I still gotta go to the store. Like, oh, you're a scumbag,
But
sir.
they said, but like
You're walking around with poo in your pants at a grocery store. You're a scumbag. That's worse than not wearing a mask in fucking public, you know.
I'm typing that out.
But yeah, man. I was gonna say.
The thing is, this
Oh, that's a
star
strong
player-
White Claw. I forgot to put vodka in there.
So the star player shits his pants
Mm-hmm.
on the field, and everyone knows it. And if he goes, he changes, he leaves. And the thing is, like, no one ever dares make fun of him because he's like the star player on the football. He gets to shit his pants.
I like how he doesn't give an
and get
explanation
away
either.
with it.
He's like,
well, he told the coach. He's like,
"Hey, yo, coach, I shit my pants." Hey, it's okay, kid.
Well, no, and I
Fucking,
think
you got a couple touchdowns too, huh?
no,
Nobody's
but
fucking saying you didn't fucking shit your pants. Who
'cause
cares?
Because he told everyone. Because eventually he had to tell his other boys.
He embraced it. I love that. That's a good move.
I don't even think he embraced it, but eventually his other boys, other star players, captains of the team, were like, "Why did you leave? You have to tell." Like,
I think you gotta tell people when you shit your pants.
Well, he told them,
own it,
and eventually, like,
own it.
And not even owning it. Like, I'm not gonna make fun of him. He's a star player, and I was just some loser. Like, I didn't even have a girlfriend. He's like the star player.
Because he owned it, right? Because if he would have been the star player and he'd say he didn't tell anybody he shat his pants, and he just shat his pants, and then he was like, ugh, did this fucking star player shit his pants?
No one dared call him out. He was like Billy the Kid.
But you do, you want to hear your pants story? So I went on this like work retreat a couple months ago, and I wore these white fucking joggers. All right, I never wear white. I'm a fucking fat piece of shit. I would wear like black and dark colors to hide all my fucking micro penises. And I'm wearing these white joggers, dude. And then when I got home, like after the weekend, I like took out all my clothes from like my bag, right? And I saw the fucking joggers I was wearing, and they had like a shit stain on them. And I'm like, wait, the fuck? Did I shit my pants? And the funny thing is, I remember smelling shit at the retreat. I was like, somebody shat their pants, dude. Somebody shat their pants. I was like, that's crazy. Fucking grown adults at a work retreat. And I just like dismissed it, right? And I continued to smell shit like during karaoke, whatever, fucking happy hour. And then when I got home and I unpacked my bag, dude, I saw those white joggers with the shit stain on them, and I was like, holy shit, that was me. I wonder if everybody knew that I shat my pants. And they probably did. They were probably like, oh, Ponch shat his pants, and he's not even gonna go change. He's just gonna keep singing karaoke with us. What the fuck, Ponch? Dude, I was so embarrassed that I couldn't show my face at work, like for meetings, because I was like, everybody knows I shat my pants and nobody said anything. Like, you can obviously see the shit stain. You can smell me. Like, yeah, man. My point is, everybody has the shit stain. So when you own it, and
really get
people are like, they're like, nah, hey, everybody shits their pants, guy, and then you go change.
Everybody.
But when you don't tell anybody and you don't change, wow, your life can be affected, my friend.
I mean, that doesn't, like... I get what you're saying. Like, you gotta take it home. You like, because I have shat, you know, like...
But anyways, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm marking down potential titles for the episode.
Oh, nice. Good move. Because I feel like we're always struggling to be like, what should we title this?
Because I always...
Apologies to the Samoan nation. Or some shit.
Well, because I'm always like, that's a great title. I'm going to remember that. And then I never do because...
You're I don't want to reveal the stoner and short-term memory loss.
I don't want to reveal the process to the audience, but perhaps we get
Why not, Greg? Elaborate. Speak on it.
We get progressively more intoxicated.
That's fine. I think the better.
But so I
need
to write the titles as we come.
The name of the podcast should be now Progressively Drunker. That should be the name of the podcast.
But I feel like we're higher than more.
And you didn't say drunker. You said progressively more intoxicated. Which I think will include both things.
But do we then border being too much on like what the
drunk history? Porky Pig.
Drunk history.
Drunk history. I never watched that. I never liked that.
I never saw it either. But I'm imagining Manny Pacquiao.
I love Comedy Central. He's on Drunk History.
But in the drunk history will reveal no gay people ever in the Philippines. Never.
You know, you're not being insensitive because he's actually.
No, he's super homophobic.
Yeah, he's very homophobic. Yeah. Well, his dad was killed by gay guys.
What?
Yeah. You never knew that?
No.
That's why he's homophobic. Yeah. So he's
why did gay guys kill his dad? They're like, you're not. Gay
I don't know. They wanted to gay him up, and he was like, I don't want to be gay. like, oh, you have to be gay, sir. Your son's gonna be a boxer. You're gonna be so.
No, but
gay.
for real, why'd they call him up?
Gay guys never killed his dad.
Oh! I thought you were for real. I thought
no, he's homophobic because he's some weird like right wing conservative Christian nut job.
So no one.
It's a Christianity thing.
All right, no one called it up his dad though.
Nah, I think his dad's still alive. Right. He's a degenerate gambler. They're all degenerate. Dude, you ever watch those 24/7s of Manny Pacquiao? He's just fucking gambling.
Yeah. Like,
no, not true. The first 5 years of those that he did, he was gambling. The last 5 years of those he did, he was like, you shouldn't gamble. It says in the Bible, don't gamble. Like,
it's in the Bible.
Like missionaries finally got their flight to the Philippines. You know what I mean?
In the Bible, not to gamble.
Yeah, they're like now boarding to Baguio, Philippines, and it was like Missionary Express.
No, there's like it's one of those planes where there's like screens on the
Dude, that's a real problem. Talk about gentrification.
Oh
right?
yeah, my aunt's a degenerate gambler. Oh
no. I'm talking about I'm talking about missionaries. I'm talking about missionary work.
Oh yeah.
And I know missionaries do a lot of good, and I will just preface this with saying they build schools and churches.
But then they just teach them about God and shit. They don't teach
exactly.
them
My point is. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, dude, immigrants should be fucking annihilated.
Okay, we're gonna beep that part. But the point was about missionaries that like
missionaries.
So they go and build schools and stuff in like third world countries, but then they just teach them.
But then they're all like,
Bible
God.
and,
they're like, you're gonna die, God. And they're like, what about if I'm a boxer? Oh, you're gonna die. You're gonna go straight to hell. What about if I suck up another man's dick? You're going to hell. And they're like, oh, I don't want to be gay. You're not gonna be gay.
Did you bring us food and water? No, we brought you the Bible. Oh, I guess thank you.
You remember that episode of The Simpsons where Homer is a missionary because he committed too much money to PBS and they made him pay? Elmo knows where you live. Remember that quote? With Betty White.
That sounds awesome.
Betty White was like, PBS needs you more than ever. That's a better Elmo than me.
I can do the high voices because my boss still haven't dropped. Elmo knows where you live.
I used to be able to do meat wad, dude, and I couldn't. When I talked to you on the phone earlier, I shat the bed on that meat wad.
Wasn't alright.
I know it sucked. It sucked. That was a terrible meat. I used to think meat wad was like the hackiest of impressions because it was so easy. Hey, what's up, man? My name meat wad. That good? That was a good meat wad. That was a good meat. No.
Hey man, y'all be more P, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not bad.
I feel like I'm doing a black guy.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you ever see Big Mouth? Sounds like you're doing one of the monsters.
No, I haven't
Big
seen
Mouth.
It. No, but I was gonna say.
Here's the thing. I think if you listened to Meatwad for the first time in like 4 years and practiced it for like a minute and a half, you'd be fine. Like
I feel like you can find Lilo.
Well,
no, not Lilo. Stitch
from
Lilo and Stitch through Meatwad.
Well, what I think it is that like, when was the last time you actually heard Meatwad talk? Like, I think you're doing.
Yeah, I haven't seen that show in a while.
At this point, you're doing an impression of an impression of an impression of an impression of an impression from your mind. Like, you gotta just watch it.
Like Monet.
Yeah. Like, you gotta just watch it once.
Was he an impressionist?
I don't know. But my point is, it's like you gotta watch, even just watch a YouTube clip of Meatwad talking. And then you'll probably be right back there.
My point is, you can go from...
Hey man, you can go from Meatwad, you can go P for Meatwad, then you can go down, hey man, you can go to Stitch. Hi. Ohana means family. Family means never fucking you in the ass.
So you went like a weird Meatwad Pacquiao.
At the end, yeah, huh? But I think it's that. That's what makes a good impression is the conscientious effort to improve it, right? It's a craft, it's a skill, it's like whittling. You gotta but it's get also, that shit down, bro.
Because it's the voice, the tonality, and everything. But you're doing it too. You gotta remember, like,
I just think I do them well, whether I'm right or wrong, and I enjoy them because I feel like I do them well. But that could be wrong. I could be wrong, right?
That's how everyone feels.
It's egotistical.
That's what the pod's about.
Yeah, it's egotistical. It's just like feeding your own ego about like. Give me an impression, Greg. Mike Tyson. Yeah. I couldn't even do Mike Tyson that time. Oh man, it's crazy, man. Oh man, you just do impressions on the podcast. That's amazing. Oh my god, you ever tried to?
We've been talking about it. I've been trying.
But Mike Tyson is old now.
I've been trying to do now. Mark Norman.
Well, my point is, when it comes to impressions, you gotta talk. Talk about it. You gotta say it, vocalize it, say things that he would say, think like he would think. Right? It's that like. Yeah, I mean, you go Mike Tyson, it's just like, have you ever tried the Toad? He's older now, so he doesn't really, he's very humble. He doesn't, that's the old Mike Tyson. He was a rapist, he was all this. Like, you know what's cool about Mike Tyson?
That's funny you bring that up, Mike, because, it's funny. I was at the bus stop the other day, and they call it the bus stop, but the guy wouldn't stop raping me. That's me, Mark Nolan.
Is that your joke? Is that your?
No, I came up with that on the fly. That's me being.
That's your impression of Mark Norman.
Yeah, that's me being Mark Norman. That's me. That's a good. That's Mark Norman getting raped.
I like
that's the big thrill.
But you're not doing Mark Norman. You're doing Norm Macdonald. You keep doing this weird Norm Macdonald thing where you keep saying Mark Norman, but Mark Norman is more
because it's very similar.
I feel like I don't think
Mark
he
Norman
is at all.
How can you?
I think the cadence. The cadence is similar. Where it's like.
He also does the same mannerisms where he's like when a guy's eating, he's like.
That's a cadence. That's a cadence. That's a cadence thing, right? Where it's just like that kind of. But I feel like Mark Norman, he's more like that. He's more like I don't know. He just. I feel like you're doing. To me, it sounds more like a Norm Macdonald. I could be wrong. I'm a piece of shit. You could take
no. So here's the thing. I don't.
I'm
think
delusional.
You're wrong. Here's the thing. I don't.
Littered with AIDS.
I don't. You are. Let me move this.
You're gonna laugh at my AIDS.
Here's the thing. I don't think you're wrong.
That's your problem, Greg. You never fucking think, man. We can have light now because all of our fucking videos fucking crapped out. Right?
Here's the thing. I don't think you're wrong about when my Mark Norman being Norm Macdonald. It's just I think we disagree about because I come from the same school. I think when I watch Mark Norman, I see someone who's kind of to a certain degree doing Norm Macdonald.
I don't think
I think eventually he'll find his own voice, but I think he's doing.
You know what, Greg? I'm actually gonna go out on a limb here. Not even going out on a limb, which now I get that analogy. It sounds like somebody who's reaching for something and they go out on a limb.
Climbing out on a limb.
They're going out on a limb, right? And then it turns out that limb is actually not going to support you. You're going to fall. You're going to die. You can kill you. So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and because you can murder me after I say this, that your Mark Norman is Norm Macdonald. I feel like you've been confusing the name this whole time.
Wait, but Mark Norman's Norman's the guy from the Norm Show. Right?
No, that's a good joke. That's a good joke.
Sorry, I interrupt that with that. I couldn't resist.
I feel like Mark Norman is like, well, right, and he talks down here. Count Chocula. What? You're not gonna rate me?
I will say you're close, but there's a teeny bit of Bill Burr in there.
Which is the same shit. They're both like fucking.
Oh yeah, they're both like
cynical comedians.
Well, they're both like East Coast guys too.
You can go Louis Black there too. What's Louis Black? And everybody, the government. No,
I wish, because I used to be able to do that.
That was terrible, Louis Black.
Because he's. I don't know if I haven't seen him.
Can you do George Carlin?
Well, I haven't seen Louis Black in a million years. Because Louis Black used to do his and the Republicans and the Democrats. He used to just do.
Have you seen that movie Accepted? Yeah. That's about one movie and how you're gonna get the thing that you need. But yeah, I can't. Yeah, no, that's not a good Louis Black. But you gotta admit, I think that's the most important thing when it comes to doing impressions or doing anything performance-wise. Is you have to have that self-awareness to know when it's good or when it's bad.
Well,
right?
You need to have something to lock it in, and then you have to work at it from there. But
what do you mean lock it in?
Well, because I've lost it because I haven't practiced it for years, but I used to do a good Louis Black.
It's a craft, baby. It's all about practice, skill, right?
Because Louis Black used to do. I haven't seen him do stand-up in years, but he used to do a thing. And to be fair, it's kind of funny because remember Carlos?
You had that hand thing that he did where he was
but he would also do remember Carlos Mencia used to do yeah, Louis Black's was kind of just being yeah man, but then he would his cheeks were and
that those Richard Nixon cheeks though.
Yeah. I guess to be fair, it's a visual bit in the camera stuff. Yeah, but the point being, it's but you have to work at it from there, but usually there's something to lock in from because it's
my point is you're right. It's something to lock in from, and it's that constant.
There's one really exaggerated thing you start with.
Exactly. Yes. So it's that constant thing of thinking about it, being hyper aware about it, being conscious of it. Where it's I'm gonna keep thinking about it, It's no, it's not that. It's not that. And you just keep tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. Where it's eventually you get it to a point. You can't get in your head about it. Well, you have to get in your head about it. But you can't be self-conscious about it because once you get self-conscious about it, you can't do it.
Well, do you think it's weird too how sometimes because if people are famous enough and things go long enough, it's weird in a way that impressions there's almost shorthand impressions that don't resemble the because you hear people do Bill Cosby and they're just Rudy, and they actually don't sound any it's just kind of
they're doing an impression of an impression. Yeah, I get that. It's for me, And I feel like I can do Arnold Schwarzenegger a little bit better now, but it started off as the Will Sasso Arnold Schwarzenegger. Most of my impressions are through Mad TV. Will Sasso is like, I'm gonna right?
King Sasso,
but I feel like that old Arnold Schwarzenegger maybe at the time sounded accurate. Yeah, that right because that was that Arnold Schwarzenegger, but now he's no, he's a little bit different, Greg. You know, I was the governor for a little bit. We have to take care of each other.
Well, now he's an older.
No, I'm just I have a son now, Greg. He's a good guy. I had to support him. I feel like for years he's lived in this country trying to understand the language, and he tried to speak with a good accent, Greg, and he has to try to enunciate correctly, Greg. He was a diplomat. I see. I went more Russian there at the end.
Yeah, you got a little.
But my point is, right? Same thing with like. There you go.
What's up with this shit? Casamaro, greatest trainer of all time. Atlas, greatest trainer of all time.
No, greatest trainer of all time is Freddie Roach. You gotta knock this guy out. He's in your face. You knock your check hasn't cleared, man. No, that was more Teddy Atlas. We're firemen. I could do a better Teddy Atlas than anybody else. Not that anybody else can do Teddy Atlas. Then, like, my best impression of a boxing trainer is probably Teddy Atlas. Yo, we're firemen. We were born in the fire. We train in the fire. Timothy Bradley's like, yeah, let's go fucking motherfucker up. Let's go.
You were saying that before, that you need a real inspiration.
That's what you need in a trainer. For a corner man. Not a trainer, I apologize. Not for a trainer, a corner man. I hate when cornermen are like, stick to the game plan.
A cornerman's like a hype man.
That's what it should be, but it's not. A cornerman is usually the guy who's like, he's using that jab. Just what you want to do is get out of that jab's range. Where it's like, yeah, that's a good advice, bitch. But it's harder to do it.
Talking like John Madden, where it's like the team that scores the most points gets the win.
Greg, if you don't get hit, you know, I mean, you don't lose the ride, you don't lose the fight if you don't get hit, Greg.
Yeah, but the ideal corner.
Turducken, Brett Favre. See, I'm doing a Frank Caliendo doing a.
Like we're saying, man.
John Madden.
What was the last time you actually heard John Madden speak?
I mean, John Madden's dead, I think. I mean, he's been doing plenty of turducken this whole time. I mean, you gotta be more. He wasn't an announcer, Greg. You gotta be more. I lost it.
But what does a good corner man do?
A good corner man gives you a good game plan to adjust in the ring and beat your opponent. However, I think the best corner man, what he does is motivate the fuck out of you in there. Where he's like, dude, this guy called you a bitch. Are you a bitch? Oh, I'm not a bitch. Well, that's what he said. You're a bitch. He's like, I'm gonna fuck this dude up. Well, I'm just saying he called you a bitch. And then the guy fucks him up. That guy called me a bitch. And then when you win, right? You win the fight, and then they're interviewing you. And you're like, Greg, what happened? Wow, third round KO, something possessed you, and you knocked him out. What do you have to say about the fight? He called me a bitch. And the guy's like, he never called you a bitch, Greg. I think your trainer got in your head and motivated you to find that extra fire you needed to win the bout. And now we're going to check out some more broadcasting provided by HBO. Please stay tuned this Sunday for Game of Thrones.
Dude, but do you know, like, so here's my thought. Because you know how, like...
Bitches
also. Because, like, I see it a little bit peripherally, but, like, because you know how some NBA players and shit are kind of, like... And they're like talented, good NBA players, but they're kind of outwardly into Dragon Ball Z a little bit.
I think it's a generational thing. I think.
Well, no, that's the younger. Oh shit! I lost it. Wait, what were we just talking about?
We were talking about that if you let criminals vote, they can reform a corrupt justice system.
No, don't make me rewind it. I had such a good thing. What were we just?
If it wasn't good enough, it wasn't good enough.
No.
That's the thing I live by. If you can't remember it, it's not because you smoked too much weed. It's because it sucked.
No, it's because we smoked
You were talking about...
weed.
I lost it. It was something about... And I always do that thing. That's like my thing, too. I'm not sure if you know this. But it's always like, what were we talking about? And then I say something like from left field. I'm like, my mom raped me as a child. That's rude.
Man,
I can't believe and my mom already hear me say these things. I wonder how she would feel. Actually, I know how she would feel. She would be appalled. But, I mean, who cares? It's all about the lols, right? And when I say lols, I mean LOL, the laughs out loud. Anyway, are you trying to remember it? Dude, it's gone, bro. It sucked. I'm telling you. Forget about it. Don't dwell on it.
It's gonna be good.
No, you weren't gonna fucking cure cancer. You weren't gonna fucking find the cure to your virginity. You weren't gonna make your dick bigger. You weren't gonna stop looking like a fucking weird hillbilly that is probably
like
inbred.
NFL players or Casamata.
We're talking about John Madden. We're talking about John Madden, and then you're not talking about the turducken. Thanksgiving. You got Brett Favre. You got all these guys. I mean, it's a good play. It's a good play. But I'm just doing a better Madden. I feel like I'm getting in a groove. John Madden's sounding a lot better. I do think for a long time I used to be an announcer for NBC Broadcasting. So I probably had to sound pretty good. I'm just saying, you get it. It's a good turducken. And when you stuff your daughter with your mother, with your grandmother, you got that incest turducken. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I got some demons there. I feel like I always take this podcast into a wrong direction.
I mean, to be fair, if turducken
is the incest of Thanksgiving foods, bro.
But they're not real. Like what? They're not. But I would disagree. Because those animals can't be related.
But they're all foul. Species. They're all foul. You can simplify it and generalize it even further.
Well, that'd be like if I stuffed a monkey and a chimpanzee and stuffed it in your ass. Like, you can't be related.
No, that would be like if you put a, spider monkey inside of a chimpanzee. No, I'm sorry. A spider monkey inside a baboon, inside a chimpanzee, inside a bonobo, inside a human, and then you ate that motherfucker. That's some incest, crossbreeding, weird shit. Like, you shouldn't have ate that. You shouldn't have fucked it. You know what I mean? Like, you probably... Brett Favre... Look at I'm just saying, Brett Favre's got a cannon for an arm. He's got a cannon for an arm and a noodle for a dick, and I'm just saying... Speaking of incest, though, you ever read the book Hop on Pop?
Actually, I've read the book Pop.
Dude, that's just fucked up, right? Like, they should make a documentary about that called Hop on Pop. It's like a documentary about incest, like how, dads rape their daughters, or how daughters, rape their dads. You think? All right. What do you think? Sorry to take it this way. What percentage do you think dads rape their daughters, and what percentage do you think daughters rape their dads?
85, 15.
You say dads rape their daughters 85% of the time?
85. Well, do you think daughters rape their dads more than dads?
No. My point is, you can say, dads rape their daughters maybe, 3% of the time, and daughters rape their dads, less than 1% of the time. I don't know. I'm probably now. This was my excuse to just call you out on something. What's wrong with you, Greg? And I'm the one asking the really fucked up questions. What's wrong with me?
You were doing one of those Donald Trump, great president or greatest president.
No. I wasn't. I was trying to just find out.
You were being is my penis tiny?
No, I was trying to see. That's kind of the question. You answered it the way I wanted you to answer it, but that's not what I wanted you to answer. If that made sense. I wanted you to say, compared to daughters raping dads, I feel like dads raping daughters is probably 85%. And daughters raping dads is probably 15%. Is that the math right there? No, that's not right.
No, but then what accounts for the other huge gap?
I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I just want to apologize to the audience for taking the podcast into that filthy, filthy path. This podcast is not about that. We don't count. We don't do math here. We have nothing to do with arithmetic. We are not formulaic in any way.
Yeah, we're in a fortnight.
We're in a fortnight.
We're gonna do.
We're into
the Action Bronson's gonna
White
hang
Claws.
out with us later.
If you're into White Claws, this is the podcast for you. If you want to have talking points, now would be the chance to talk on those points. Greg, what do you feel about?
Well,
interesting.
Well, did you see Dave Chappelle drop that special?
He dropped a new special?
He dropped a new special.
Oh, I'm not interested. I'm interested because he's Dave Chappelle.
Well, that's it. Otherwise, what would be? He's talking about some,
the fucked up shit.
He addresses all the real fucked up shit apparently. Yeah. Well, it's funny because I found
Chappelle
out
for president. You're saying?
maybe. I found out about it because I went on Twitter earlier and I followed Norm Macdonald and he tweeted.
Norm Macdonald.
Huh? Yeah, Norman McDonald. But he was like,
good joke. Bringing it back. When you bring it back like that, my friend, that's a great joke. That's the class clown going back to the teacher, dropping her, right? The teacher. You remember that time the teacher spilled her coffee 3 weeks ago? The class clown does, and he just spoke on it, and look how hilarious it was. And that's what you did, Greg. You brought something back that was so long ago now, and it was hilarious to me.
Dude, also, this is going off on a tangent, but you know there's movies where, like, Antonio Banderas, like, goes to the inner city and he's gonna, like, teach the inner city kid. What, like, well, so we not even, like, we had some shit like that where it was, like, there was this guy, like, this rich guy who taught at private schools his whole life.
Right, with that Nina.
And he was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I've been privileged my whole life. I'm gonna go teach in Holyoke, Mass, where the kids are underprivileged, and I'm gonna do blah blah blah. And he's just like,
were you underprivileged? I don't know much about.
I wasn't.
Holyoke.
No, I wasn't, because the city was like New York in that. So schools are basically like, I don't know if like. So I can speak to my place, and I know about New York about this too. Is that like the thing is that like, if the way your city is set up is that you go to school where your neighborhood is, your city will effectively be segregated because typically lower income people are with minorities and they live in their neighbor and then white. So like, if you do that by neighborhood, that means upper middle class white people have their own schools and then minorities have their own. In the quote, like that's. Just how that happens. And,
did you notice that I was faking my reactions? Or did that seem genuine to you?
No, that seemed completely fake. But that's another bring back, though. Because remember in the beginning we were talking about how you were faking shit before?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to make it seem like I was faking it.
Really?
So, yeah. So, I'm glad that
worked
out.
Because it seemed 10% more fake, but I honestly thought it was because you were more wasted.
I wanted you to know it was fake. You know why? Because I wanted you to know that I was bored out of my mind. You were talking about, like, statistics about, like, going to school in your district and shit. Who gives a fuck? What is this, The Wire season 2? It's boring. I want to know about the union
Why
rules.
would you... Listen, let me
I want to see fucking
this.
Marlo
Why would
fucking
you...
kill, spoiler alert, fucking... I want
you brought up season 2 on purpose, didn't you?
I did it because it's a great season, and I used to say that it sucked like I just did now, but I take it back. It does not suck.
I love the Polak
It's a great
season
because you're a fucking Polish piece of shit. You fucking...
How dare you placate me by pretending to like that season? Everyone hates that season.
It's a great... No, it's a great
season.
Frank
Sabaka's a god. He's a king.
Sabaka. He was such a good guy, too. He was just trying to fucking help his union.
Trying to help the guys.
He was just trying to help his union. Doing a little bit of shit here, a little bit of shit there, but the motherfucking girls in the container, man. Girls in the container.
Listen, the girls in the...
Can you do a Baltimore accent? There's many Baltimore accents.
I can
Baltimore.
Balloons. Wait, I used to be able to do like
nah, let's talk about The Wire. The Wire's good.
I used to be able to do like a Dundalk accent, like a balloon.
Dundalk? Who's that?
Dundalk is like a suburb of Baltimore.
You talk like Michael Phelps? Michael Phelps is from Maryland.
Yo, you want my balloons?
You sound like
I thought I would go into the skink.
You sound like the brother from Along Came Polly. Not Along Came Polly, but the other Ben Stiller movie where he falls in love with a girl that's too hot for him, and he's a nerd, but she likes nerds.
I thought Jennifer Aniston?
No,
that's
hotter. Cameron Diaz. What's that one? Something About Mary. Something About Mary.
I never seen that.
Warren. You never seen that movie? Oh my God, Brett Favre. You got Brett Favre in the movie. Brett Favre, great actor. That was a terrible
Brett Doo-Doo.
But yeah, no, Brett Favre was in the movie.
Brett Favre was
there. But I was talking about, you sounded like Warren. Oh, hi. I forgot what the guy's name is. Franken Beans. Franken Beans. Have you seen my baseball? That was his thing.
Dude, that should be... I wish we had a dumb friend whose nickname could be Franken Beans.
Franken Beans.
Listen, you know what I meant when I said dumb. But imagine us just watching Fight Night and then just having a friend who's like, he punched him real hard. And we're like, you're damn right he did Franken Beans.
Greg, can I be real with you, Greg, here?
Yeah.
I feel like I glossed over it, right? When you said dumb, I glossed over it because I was like, whatever. He didn't mean anything by it. But the fact that you came back and had to explain yourself, it validates my first point, right? That you were lumping them in.
Well, how do you feel? So here's the thing.
I love it, though.
Well,
My point is, look it, man. Look, this is how I feel. Look,
Frank and Beans is our friend. How dare you?
My point is this: I'm not the most PC person in the world, right? Obviously, I'm a bad, insensitive, offensive person. But my point is, if we try and consciously try to be better, I think it's forgivable when we say those atrocities.
Listen, Frank and Beans is our
Frank and
real
Beans.
life.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine to do the accent. Is my point. Just
Say Frank and Beans. Have you seen my baseball?
but when you call them, when you say dumb, now it's a whole different connotation. And now you can't do that accent. Now you can't do an impression because you're calling them dumb. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
You're saying we lost Frank and Beans?
I'm saying you could do Frank and Beans.
You see my baseball?
What's the name of Ben Stiller's character in Something About Mary?
Oh, hey, Ted.
That's not Ted. Is it Ted? It might be Ted.
Hey, Ted.
I never saw the movie.
You never see? Oh, that's right.
I just
Dude.
said I
All
never saw the movie.
Speaking of, all right, here's another GOAT segment. Let's talk about GOAT comedy movies. We talked about Tropic Thunder earlier. I throw Tropic Thunder in the GOAT conversation for comedies. But you know what I'm also going to say? And I think the Farrelly brothers are super overrated. But I'm going to throw There's Something About Mary into one of the GOAT comedies. 7-minute abs! I can't believe you haven't seen that movie. There's that bit. There's a 7-minute abs bit where Ben Stiller picks up a hitchhiker. I forgot the guy's name. Have you seen it Half Baked?
Yes.
Do you know the kindergarten teacher that goes to jail?
Yeah.
That actor plays 7-minute abs in Something About Mary. So he's the hitchhiker that Ben Stiller picks up.
Doesn't he pitch like?
Yeah, he pitches. He's like, you ever heard of 8-minute abs or 9-minute abs, whatever? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, I'm thinking about 8-minute abs. He's like, 8-minute abs? That's impressive. Well, what about 7-minute abs? He's like, 7-minute abs? That's impossible. You can't do abs in 7 minutes. And he just like, that's where that 7-minute abs. It's that guy. It's the kindergarten teacher from Half Baked. Shout out Half Baked. Shout out. I forgot the name of the drug dealer. What's his name? Samson.
So he thinks it's just asinine. The idea.
Yeah, he
thinks
thinks abs. But his is not right. Like that's the joke. Because Ben Stiller logically his thought he's like, well, if you can get 8-minute abs, what about 7-minute abs? 7-minute abs? Are you out of your fucking mind? 7-minute abs.
90s comedies were so funny.
But yeah, my point is Something About Mary, man. Great movie. What do you think about the Farrelly brothers?
Because all I ever knew about Something About Mary was the scene where he has cum in his hair. And
yeah, it's a great dude. That movie's fucking classic. You gotta watch it.
I'll be honest, because
you don't watch a lot of movies, dude.
I like Dumb and Dumber, and that's
another Farrelly Brothers movie.
Yeah, see, you said you like the Farrelly Brothers movie. You just knocked off 3 movies they like, and I don't know if they directed.
Well,
more
besides
than 5.
besides Dumb and Dumber,
I don't think they've directed more than 5.
Besides Dumb and Dumber, Something About Mary, which I think both those probably don't hold up.
And what was the Dumb and Dumber holds?
Yeah, I've seen it before a couple times after. Does it hold up? I think you're right. It does hold up. It's hilarious.
I like it still, but I'm
you're
also,
right. No, you're right.
But I'm also a high idiot.
But all right.
Remember we got high and watched Jackass 3, and I laughed.
I've never been high in my entire life.
Never been. You've
Not
never
once
been.
have I tried any illegal
Jackass
substance.
3 when the TV used to be over there.
You're confusing me with.
I did that.
This is a disaster.
This did go badly. I don't know when it stopped though. Hold up.
I'm starving.